How many of you guys out there bought the PSVR2, either on launch or after? I mean, I got it on launch. And like many things that Sony's put out, it's really nice piece of technology. But where's the support? What's really going to push this thing to the edge? We don't even know the full sales numbers for it. Usually, if a company's doing very well with a product, they're going to announce like, hey, we've sold millions. We sold 5 million, 2 million, a million, whatever. The only time they mentioned how many they sold was a month and a half after it came out. The first 6 weeks, they sold 600,000 of them. They haven't said anything since. I bought it day one, and I haven't used it in months. I've talked to plenty of people who have one of these things, PSVR2, and there's a lot of people who are disappointed in the release of games or that they spent so much money. I mean, the investment to get into the PSVR2 is pricey. You have to have a PlayStation 5. You're looking at buying something that costs the same or more. PSVR2 is about the same cost as PS5. It's ridiculous. You're in it over $1,000 to get into that ecosystem. And the ecosystem, to be honest, kind of sucks. Now, the PSVR 1, it sold about 5 million units. It did okay. Maybe the PSVR 2 will sell, up there as well at some point, but nowhere near, what the Quest has been doing. Quest 3, I think, hasn't sold as crazy well as they'd hoped. Like the Quest 2 continues to sell. Like it's $250. You're going to pay double to get a Quest 3. I have a Quest 2 and a Quest 3. I really like the Quest 3, but I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, I want to buy a VR headset for my kids or whatever. Should I get the Quest 3 or the Quest 2? And it's like, just get the Quest 2. If money's no object and spending $500-$600 for the Quest 3 is like buying a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Well, I mean, nowadays kind of crazy at those places too. I mean, go for it. But if you're trying to save a buck and have some fun, go for the Quest 2. I was just at Best Buy the other day. I saw a guy buy 2 Quest 2s. So I don't think the Quest 3s are necessarily flying off the shelf, but it's doing decently well from, the looks of it, just not crazy. But it's probably not doing as bad as the PSVR 2, but we have some good news. And something I think may result in selling more PSVR 2s. And that is on the blog that PlayStation puts out, that Sony puts out today, just today, February 22nd, earlier today or late last night. I seen it at some point. I don't remember, but I'm circling back to it now because I thought this was interesting news. But they talk a lot about games coming to the PSVR 2. Are any of these going to be system sellers for people? Probably not. They do have a lot of cool games for this thing, but I mean, yeah, what is it going to take to really push VR for the PlayStation anyway, like over the edge? And it may be this little line right here where, they talked about some games that are coming out. 40 plus game launch window lineup, which included all new experiences like Horizon Call of the Mountain, mountain climbing simulator. Like I had that game and then that kayaking game. Like, I don't know, they're kind of fun. But Gran Turismo 7, that was probably the most fun I had with the PSVR 2. But man, I moved in December, and since I moved, I haven't even plugged my PSVR 2 in. Jeez. But this right here, let's get back on task here. Let's get back on task. This may sell some PSVR 2s because it is, to me, it's a comfortable headset. The displays are awesome. And this is something that I said from the get-go would be awesome. And there's another thing that I know a lot of us discussed, and I know it wasn't really going to be possible unless the developers for the games were able to do it, but like backwards compatibility. If you had a big PSVR 1 library played on the PSVR 2 would have been nice, but no, it's just not the way it works. But they state, also, we're pleased to share that we're currently testing the ability for PSVR 2 players to access additional games on PC to offer even more game variety in addition to the PSVR 2 titles available through PS5. We hope to make this support available in 2024, so stay tuned for more updates. Amazing. That's the one thing that we need besides games on the actual PlayStation ecosystem. This is a nice headset. But Sony, they put out nice things, but the support like drops off. I have all these different thoughts about how PlayStation is lately, Xbox, and just how the vibes, the feel, is really different from generations past of these, companies. It just doesn't feel the same. The releases, like nothing's coming out, on these systems that like blow me away. Maybe for you, everybody's different, but man, the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, it was like nonstop. It was like, charting, new waters, I guess. Now it's just kind of like, okay, you're getting sequel after sequel on things. You're getting remasters, remakes. Every company's guilty of that. I mean, we got to be honest. Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, they all do that, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I've gotten older and things just, don't appeal to me the same way. I mean, I play games all the time, but it's just, yeah, it's a different vibe lately. I don't know what it is, but this could be huge. I mean, I don't know how many total VR headsets are in use in the world, but I think the Oculus Quest, Meta Quest, whatever the hell they call those things, has really taken off in a way, because it's just it's all just contained in its own thing. You don't have to be hardwired into anything, and it's a cool experience. And if you get a Quest 2, it's $250. You don't have to buy anything else. Get a Quest 3, it's what, 500 to 600, 650, whatever, depending on the storage. I can't remember the exact prices, but it's fairly expensive. But at least you don't have to have a PC. You don't have to have a console to play those things. So I think those all-in-one headsets are really the future of VR, and being able to use them on PC like you can with the Quest 2 and 3 and all that. So the PSVR 2, if they can pull this off, which I don't see why not, maybe they'll sell some more units. Maybe it'll finally be worth having. I had a friend recently who brought me his PSVR 2 and was like, "Can you sell this for me?" Himself, his kids, his family, nobody liked it. They played it when it came out, and then it collected dust. I sold it for him for like 300 bucks or something like that. And I was like, I was very tempted to throw mine up and sell it. But I was just like, no, it's such a big investment to sell it and get $350 out of it when I spent like 600 or whatever for the Call the Mountain bundle. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to take that kind of loss. I'll just hold on to it. I don't need the money that bad. I'll just hold on to it, but I haven't used it. This right here, if they get it working on PC, I'll probably start using it, and maybe they'll sell some more units. But the big thing is, they're going to need to have a price drop, man. They need to lower that price a bit, and I'm sure they will. And if they advertise works on PC, PS5, bam, this could be a huge hit. Could be a big turnaround for VR for PlayStation. But yeah, there you go. Just kind of rant and ramble. Appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think. Bye.